in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some programs that you should consider applying to in Canada if you want to make your journey to getting permanent residency easier. I know a lot of people, you come to Canada and there is a very good immigration program that gives you the opportunity to stay. But what programs do I actually need to do that will enhance my opportunity of getting permanent residency easier? So what I'm going to be sharing today is not an exclusive list of the high in-demand position or courses, but there are a lot of other programs that are not necessarily in demand. You can still get PRO with them, but if you want to make it faster, then these are some of the programs you should consider applying for. The reason is because recently the immigration minister actually came out and said, oh, I've had consultations with the industry, leaders in industry, different kind of industry, and I've come up with what are some of the job shortages that these particular industries are experiencing. Now we are going to be doing program specific or category specific draws for the express entry in order to attract the best and the most qualified individuals to the country, Canada. Now, it doesn't mean that you can actually still get your permanent residency even though you've not studied in Canada. But I mean, that is really challenging because you need to have a lot of years of work experience, maybe like 1 to about 3-4 years of work experience to qualify for this, and not everybody actually have that skilled experience. So in this video, I'll share with you some of all of those categories. Now, I'm actually not going to be talking about the courses. I'm going to be talking about the jobs in demand. That way, you can actually look at what are some of the courses that I can do that will help me be able to fit into these categories in Canada, so that when you graduate and you get a job in this area, the good thing now is when they do this express entry category draw and category based draw, and you've been working, you've graduated, you're not working in this area, there's going to be a high chance that you're going to get a permanent residency quite easy. So I'll go to my computer now to show you the new rule and the new category based express entry that Canada is actually planning, and then use this to your advantage in picking the course that you want to study. So I'm specifically talking to those that are not yet in Canada and want to come to Canada for study. I mean, for those that are already in Canada, even though you did not study that thing, you can actually find a way of looking for a job in that area. Of course, it has to be, for example, if you're working as a let's say cybersecurity specialist, even though you did engineering in Canada and you get certifications as a cybersecurity analyst, you can start working as a cybersecurity analyst. But for those that actually do cybersecurity, they have a higher chance of getting employed, or maybe those that do computer science. So, that's actually how it works. So I'll go straight to my computer and then I'll give you some hint, and then I believe this will help you to make choices. But if there are other programs that you really love that can get you skilled job in Canada, by no any means go for it. What I'm going to advise you to do, whatever specific course that you are going to you think of studying, leave it in the comment section. What I'm going to do, you can ask, is it a good program? And then I will kind of give you a hint, okay, this is a good program, this an in-demand course or in-demand course or not, in Canada. So let's go there. So this is the Government of Canada website, and this particular news was published on the 31st of May, 2023. So they actually call it category-based selection, okay? So which means that for this particular category, they are going to be inviting, people that are in a specific category. And this is actually going to be determined by the Minister of Immigration as to what kind of category they are going to be doing per draw. And there are a lot of criteria for them to invite people. For example, the ability to communicate with English, if you have work experience in a certain category, and also your education, right? Now, what they're actually saying here is that the category-based draw, in addition to the general and the program-specific rounds that actually rank the top-ranking candidate, they can get some of these very amazing people with experience that will help them to meet their economic goals. Actually, they are not helping you per se. I know they're helping to move from your country, but the overall goal is that it's really helping to build their economy. So What they are saying here is that they are still going to continue, with the provincial nomination, because where the provincial nomination is very amazing because it already shows that these people have a lot of, work experience related to the province. Now, how do they choose and select, these kind of category? Now, they actually do this based on the labor market information, okay? Now, what they're going to do is that they're actually going to do, they do a lot of things on labor market information, the kind of projections, so every year they are going to be reviewing these things. So you cannot really know exactly the next category that they are going to pick. Okay. Now, I'm just going to go down here and just look at, if you scroll down, what are some of the categories that they require? For example, if you have French language, you are already having an advantage. If you're in healthcare occupation or the STEM area, trade occupation, transport occupation, any agriculture or agri-related occupations, you are already on your way of being selected in this category. Now, let's look at French, okay? Now, to say that you really have to demonstrate a minimum score of 7, in the French. So you look at, there's a language, I'm not really a French person, so for those that can speak French, check out this category and see the one that applies to you the most. Okay, now let's look at the healthcare occupation. Now, this is the beauty of it. They're going to tell you exactly the occupations that are going to be in this category. For example, the chiropractors, dentists, dietitians, education counselors, licensed practical nurse. So if you want to study licensed practical nurse, it means that you're going to be having advantage in this category. Medical laboratory assistant, medical laboratory technology, nurse practitioners, occupational therapists. Surely, whether you do this for diploma or masters, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you have the job to show, okay? And then you have paramedics. So if you want to study, go for paramedics. That beautiful physiotherapists, psychology, registered nurses, psychiatric nurses. Very important. And then there are a lot of specialists in surgery. I know these are really big. Specialists in clinical and laboratory medicine. So if you are someone that do masters of pathology and laboratory medicine, you are already on your way. So veterinarians, right? Traditional Chinese medicine practitioners and all that. So these, for now, these are the occupations that a field is really high in demand. The good thing is that you must not study exactly this course, okay? If you find something close and you still be able to get a job in this area, why not by any means go for it? So before you apply for any course, just think about, which category is it going to fit in? And then when it fits into any category, go for it. Let's look at the STEM occupation. If you're an architect, business system specialist, civil engineers, computer information system engineer, cyber security specialist, data scientist, anything related to computer, it is always an in-demand job in Canada at any time, okay? And then anything electrical, electronics engineer, managers, landscape architects, information specialists, system specialists, any kind of natural and applied science policy researchers, consultant, program officers, software developers. Of course, you know that this is always a big one there. And then there is software engineers and designers, urban and land planners, web designs, web developers, and programmers. So even though you go for a 1-year diploma program as a web developer and you get a job, you will be qualified for this program draw, right? This category just need to work for 6 months, right? This is actually the requirement. The requirement is that within the last 3 years, you must have at least 6 months of continuous work experience. This can be in Canada or in abroad, which means that you don't even need to be in Canada to actually qualify for these draws. You can get, if you are in your country and you have this experience, then by no means create a profile, be in a pool, and you may have the chance of being selected in the next draw. Let's look at the next one for trade occupation, right? Residential and commercial installers, elevator constructors, mechanic. Sometimes Some of the programs we feel are not skilled, or how can I do this? But these are actually what they are looking at for, right? Refrigerator mechanic, air conditioner. If you're an air conditioner mechanic in your home country, you'll be eligible. Carpenters, can you imagine? Can you imagine as a professional carpenter, there is an opportunity for you to get your permanent residency? Plumbers, electricians, right? Welders and other, related machine, contractors and supervisors, other construction trade installers, repairers, and contractors. This is amazing. Just check it out and see what program can I apply for that will make me eligible for this area. Let's look at the transport occupation. This is not a lot. Aircraft assemblers, so if you want to do a diploma in aircraft assembly and you get a job as an aircraft assembler, sorry, you should be good. Transport truck drivers, railway traffic, engineering officers, water transport, desk officers, air traffic controllers, railway carmen and women, managers in transportation, pilots, flight engineers, flight instructors, definitely, see if you have an experience, and if there's any program they can do to give you this opportunity, that would be great. How about agri and agri-food, agro-related occupation? Contractors and supervisors, landscaping, ground maintenance, agricultural service, and farm supervisors, butchers. Sometimes you feel like, does it even make sense for someone to get a permanent residency by being a butcher? Yes, you can see both retail and wholesale. You can actually build your profile and you become eligible. Okay, so these are some of the occupations you should be thinking about if you want to get this category based draw. And like I said, you can get this, be eligible for this category based draw if you have experience outside of Canada. But if you are coming to Canada and you have the opportunity of studying something close to this, then you will be eligible to get a nominate you will be eligible to get a permanent residency through this process. You are still going to be able to get your permanent residency through provincial nomination and every other. So this is not a single, the only area you can get permanent residency. In case you might be asking, oh, this course I want to apply is not on the list. What am I going to do? You can get PR through every other means. So that's going to be it in this video. If you're really finding it hard and you're struggling to wrap your head around admission and all of this kind of coming to Canada thing, express entry, there's going to be a link in the description. Reach out to me through my website or through my email, and then I will be glad to assist you in making the right choices for your journey to Canada. So once again, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked this video, do it to hit that like button. It's really going to help the algorithm recommend this video to other people. And if you haven't subscribed, do it to subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.